Gift Pokemon have made for memorable additions to our teams for decades, but from eggs to fossils and starters to overpriced Magikarp, could one Pokemon be distributed this way more than any other? So I counted every single gift Pokemon across the series and found out that yes, there is a winner. And in hindsight, I should have seen this coming, but this race was close. Naturally, Red and Blue start this all off with the ever-marketable Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. Forking over 500 Pokédollars nets you Magikarp. Eevee is chilling atop Celadon Mansion. Either Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan joins you from the dojo. Lapras is handed over in a skyscraper of all places. And on Cinnabar Island, the fossil Pokemon Ammonite, Kabuto, and Aerodactyl can be brought back to life. Every Pokemon here starts off with a rank of 1. Each time they appear as a gift Pokemon, their ranks will increase. Oh, but Gen 1 isn't finished quite yet. In Pokemon Yellow, your starter is Pikachu, walking right behind you for the whole adventure. And the Kanto starters already get a rank boost. Here, the way you receive them as gifts is completely different from Red and Blue. Plus, you can get all 3 in the same game. So I have to include that. They're quick to join rank 2. Way to be tryhards, fellas. Gen 2 shows no signs of stopping either. Professor Elm gives out Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile to new trainers. The Mystery Egg eventually hatches into Togepi. After defeat, the Karate King bestows his Tyrogue on you. The Route 35 gate attendant hands you his Spearow, nicknamed Kenya, so you can deliver the mail it's holding. In Cianwood, you can receive Shucky the Shuckle, and PC Genius Bill gives you an Eevee, raising it into rank 2. But Crystal version also adds a few more gift Pokemon. The Master of the Dragon's Den awards you Dratini, which will know the move Extreme Speed if you answered his questions correctly. And then there's the Odd Egg, and what an oddball it is. The Daycare Man gives you this egg, containing one of several baby Pokemon. Whatever hatches is guaranteed to know Dizzy Punch and has a boosted chance of being shiny. So let's add them all to our rankings. Oh right, Tyrogue jumps to rank 2 from this, already ahead of its own evolutions. How fun. Ruby and Sapphire are pretty streamlined. Professor Birch rewards you with the Trico Torchic Mudkip you used to rescue him. The egg received from Lava Ridge will hatch into Wynot. The Leap and Anorith are revivable thanks to the Devon Corporation. After saving the Weather Institute, a scientist gives you Castform. And once you beat the champion, Stephen Stone himself leaves behind a Beldum in your care. Emerald, however, adds one extra gift. As a reward for completing the Hoenn Pokedex, Birch lets you choose one of the Johto starters, bumping them all up into rank 2. This rank is now split among 8 Pokemon, but even more chaos is soon to come. You've heard the phrase double it and give it to the next person? Well, FireRed and LeafGreen are the games taking that double. Every gift Pokemon from the originals returns, elevating even more Pokemon into rank 2. But we also get our first Pokemon entering rank 3. 4 of them to be exact, the Kanto starters and Eevee. In other words, a Gen 1 or Sweetest Dream. But these remakes do have an extra gift Pokemon in the Sevi Islands. Surfing around 5 Island, you'll find this gentleman who entrusts you with an egg. And it'll hatch into who else but Togepi. Wait, that means rank 2 is even bigger now. Ah well, it can't be helped. Entering the DS era, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum have some of the most memorable gift Pokemon in my opinion. In all his wisdom, Professor Rowan allows us to keep one of the Sinnoh starters. Plenty of eggs too. This hiker in Hearthome City gives you a Happiny egg in Diamond and Pearl. After teaming up with Riley on Iron Island, he'll give you a Riolu egg. And in Platinum only, Cynthia leaves you a Togepi egg. Yeah, she's the coolest. Now, I need to address the chaos that is fossil Pokemon. In these games, fossils are repeatable. So for instance, you can obtain the Armor fossil over and over again and revive as many Shieldon as you'd like. And since you're still receiving these Pokemon from the scientist, they absolutely still count as gift Pokemon. Originally, I was torn over this, since fossils are no longer unique one-time events like they are in previous games. But much like most other gift Pokemon, they don your original trainer name, ID number, and of course, you don't catch them yourself. So all fossils are welcome here. With that archaeological intermission behind us, Platinum also adds on the virtual Pokemon, Porygon. A Veilstone resident found the poor thing near Team Galactic's building and entrusts you to take care of it. Lastly, Computer Tech Bebe gives an Eevee to the player, possibly coming from a Johto friend of hers. Regardless, reaching rank 4, Eevee is now leading the pack. It's had a very strong start. HeartGold and SoulSilver have a lovely blend of Gen 2 repeats and entirely new gift Pokemon. The Johto starters are front and center. Kenya and Shucky enjoy somehow managing a second outing. Tyrogue returns in Mount Mortar, Dratini in Dragon's Den, and Eevee keeps its lead, surging to rank 5. I can't leave out Togepi, of course. Little guy squeezes its way into rank 4, but there are actually 3 brand new eggs you can obtain. In Violet City, you can meet Primo, and using very specific codes, get eggs from Mareep, Wooper, and Slugma. An odd trio in my opinion, but hey, the more the merrier. Another bizarre gift was only discovered fairly recently, Tentacool. You can only access it via an absurd softlock involving releasing all your Pokemon, putting your HM users in the daycare, and teleporting back to Cianwood. This NPC in the Pokemon Center will then gift you a Tentacool, so you can return to mainland Johto. This was in the game for like 15 years before it was discovered. How cool is that? Our prehistoric fossil friends return as well. Fossils can be found at the ruins of Elf and Cliff Cave before being revived in Pewter City. And lastly, after beating Red, new starter pairings become available. Professor Oak offers up one of the Kanto starters, while Steven Stone gives you a Hoenn one. Starter gifts are becoming more and more common. I wonder how much sway that will have. Starters might count as gifts, but Black and White took that way too literally. Professor Juniper didn't have to wrap them up, but I love her effort. And before the first gym, you're gifted the Elemental Monkey that will be super effective against either Chili, Silent, or Cress. Way out on Route 18, a Pokemon Ranger hands you a Larvesta egg. If anyone out there actually took the time to evolve this little bug into Volcarona, you are insane. But good work. I was debating whether to count this one or not since it's sort of an event, but screw it, why not? Zorua. It's only available if you transfer in the Gen 4 event Celebi via the Relocator. But there's something just really funny about this boy actually being a Zorua. I wonder what he's been thinking about just standing around. Another funny gift Pokemon is yet another $500 Magikarp. This salesman must be making bank, but at least this one has a perfect speed IV. I can't leave out Arcan and Tortuga. Whichever fossil you pick can be restored at the Nacrene Museum, but every other fossil Pokemon returns as well. This worker in Twisted Mountain hands one out randomly each day, but this means they all get bumped up a rank. The Kanto fossils and Eevee are tied now, and maybe you're catching on to our little prehistoric problem. Black 2 and White 2 have all these fossils again. What do you mean Lileep and Anorith are ahead of the Kanto starters? I'm not sure why, but Game Freak loved making the fossils available in nearly every post-game in this era. They're all getting crazy rank buffs because of that. But can anything catch up to our leaders? The Unova starters obtain rank 2, and the same could be said for Zorua. X-Team Plasma's Rude will give you Zorua, to be exact. One of the few gift Pokemon that doesn't have your OT. Did you know Deerling is a gift too? I completely forgot. But it does have its hidden ability Serene Grace, which is at least something, right? 2 shiny Pokemon enter the picture. After defeating Benga in Black 2, you'll get a shiny Gible, and in White 2, it's instead a shiny Dratini. You can't really hate on that, but you can definitely hate on the Magikarp salesman though. It's been 2 years, do you have no shame? A surprise returner though is with a Happiny egg. Nice to see that Diamond and Pearl callback. And despite Eevee being catchable in the heart of Castelia City, Amanita gifts you an Eevee that has its hidden ability Anticipation. More importantly, this means Eevee is still tied for first at rank 6. But will anyone keep a substantial lead? X and Y are huge fans of throwbacks. Kanto starters? Check. Lapras? Check. An absurd amount of fossil Pokemon? Oh, you better believe it. These old geezers are flying up the charts, especially with the Kanto fossils now reaching rank 7. It blows Tyrant and Amora out of the water completely. But I still gotta shine a light on Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. Starters always get special treatment after all, and who could forget the free Mega Lucario after defeating Korrina? This thing is an absolute powerhouse. No wonder these games are so easy. Despite being remakes, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire have plenty of new gifts for you. Of course you have the Hoenn classics, but Latios and Latios are now technically gifts. After the quarrel on Southern Island, one of them joins your team, Mega Stone included. And at the Battle Resort, a former Team Magma member gives up his Camerupt, while his Team Aqua partner departs with her Sharpedo. One of Oras's odder additions is cosplay Pikachu. If you play as Brendan, it'll come in its Rockstar outfit. And if you're May, it'll be Popstar. Of course, you can swap around outfits whenever you'd like, but this contest propaganda bumps Pikachu into rank 2. Somehow, only rank 2. We all remember the Why Not egg fondly, but returning to Lava Ridge after battling the box legendaries will earn you a Togepi egg. But it's not the only National Dex gift worth mentioning. 3 separate sets of starter Pokemon are gifts as well. The Johto starters once you enter the Hall of Fame, the Unova starters after the Delta episode is completed, and the Sinnoh starters after beating the Elite Four and Champion a second time. And now we have the fossils. All but the Kalos ones are here. This is just getting absurd. Just Trip 8 out of the 10 game pairs we've covered so far have yielded these results. It's kind of impressive and sort of unfair, but some of these fossils might be flying too close to the sun. Get it? Because sun and moon? I'm so sorry. Anyway, only a select few fossil Pokemon return to these games. Cranidos and Tortuga appear in Sun, while Shieldon and Arcan are their Moon counterparts. We cannot skip our new Alola additions. Rowlet, Litten, or Popplio are who you'll receive from Hala, while in the post-game, legendaries Type Null and Cosmog can join your crew. And then also a Porygon for some reason. Not sure why it's kept till the very end, but hey, welcome to rank 2, buddy. I haven't replayed these games much, so I completely forgot there's a gift egg here. This Pokemon breeder at Paniola Ranch gives you an Eevee egg, meaning Eevee is now just a rank below the Kanto fossils. Wait, where's Aerodactyl? Well, for some reason, you don't receive the old Amber in Alola, but in Seafolk Village, this Ace Trainer just hands over a perfectly fine Aerodactyl. Are these things like hotcakes or something? We're not even going through the fossil route with it anymore. Aerodactyl solidifies its lead, but the math shows it's still anyone's game. But the Ultra games rinse and repeat a lot here. The Alola starters, Eevee Egg, Type Null, Cosmog, Porygon, and Pikachu? Wait, that's actually new. If you manage to master all 4 Mantine Surf courses, the boss of the Surf Association awards you with this special Pikachu that knows the move Surf. Shocking surprise, I know. Another new batch consists of 11 Totem Pokemon. By collecting all 100 Totem stickers, you can receive these 5 in Ultra Sun from Samson Oak and the other 5 in Ultra Moon, plus Mimikyu in both. The stickers replace the Zygarde Cell Hunt from Sun and Moon, so naturally after catching the 50% Zygarde, the 10% one is a gift. And how could I wait this long to mention the only gift Ultra Beast, Poipole? I love this little guy, and I just wish it were obtainable earlier on in the game. And now the relics of the past. The Ultra games have every fossil up to this point returning. That's great for Tyrant and Amora, but Aerodactyl just broke into the double digits. The top ranks in our leaderboard are so slim, but a few more game appearances could change all of this. Take a wild guess which Pokemon are gifts in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Thank you for confirming, level up sound effect. I can't believe I'm resorting to Gen 1 Pokemon to hopefully make a difference here. The new side quest granting either Persian or Arcanine for the first time doesn't help. The Hitmonduo is now tied with their pre-evolution. Lapras rises into rank 4 alongside Porygon, newly acquired as a gift since the Game Corner no longer provides it. I love that Magikarp reaches rank 5 simply because it's been sold to us 5 different times. And the Kanto starters are your reward for catching 30, 50, and 60 different Pokemon respectively. And the Kanto fossils just keep doing their thing. Oh my god, how are they this high up? Eevee could very well be the only Pokemon that's capable of stopping them. But first, let's see what the rest of the Switch games have to offer. Do you know what makes me happy about Sword and Shield? All the returning fossils are found in the wild. Only the Galar fossils from Carol S. Oh my god, that's a great name. Only the Galar fossils are gifts here. Other newcomers include Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble from Leon, and a little Toxel housed in a luxury ball. What a happy little guy. Type Null is gifted from a League staff member at the post-game's Battle Tower, and we have our first starter Pokemon that is a gift without its counterparts. Charmander is left in Leon's bedroom, and it's yours for the keeping. Whatever happened to the other 2? Oh, right, they're in the DLC. During the Isle of Armor story, Honey gives you either Bulbasaur or Squirtle. And after a little more story progress, Mustard partners you up with Cubfu. Once that story is all wrapped up, their son Hyde also has a gift for you. A Porygon with its hidden ability, Analytic. Now you see this guy? This man who is hiking expedition ready? With his Diglett pal? He's about to be our best friend. So many new gift Pokemon come from him as rewards for finding his hidden Alolan Diglett all over the Isle. And all but Raichu have their hidden abilities. This collection boosts Marowak into rank 2 and the Alola starters into rank 3. And the Crown Tundra only has 2 additions for us, Poipole and Cosmog. But the gifts that excite me the most are in the base game. At the Wild Area's train station, if you have save data for Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, you get that Pokemon as a gift, and they have their Gigantamax factor to boot. Pikachu sprints into rank 5, while Eevee enters rank 10. It's now on par with Ammonite and Kabuto. Aerodactyl is now just a stone's throw away. BDSP mostly just repeats the originals. Starters, eggs, and fossils, they all get artificially boosted. But there are 2 mythical Pokemon that are actually gifts. For having Let's Go save data, you can get Mew. And if you have Sword and Shield save data, Jirachi. This is the easiest it has been to obtain either of them. And since there's been so little to cover here, let's add in the Legends Arceus gifts too. Starter trios had to be completely rethought when the Hisuian starters were revealed. Cyndaquil climbs into rank 5, while Rowlet and Oshawott both reach rank 4. And it doesn't matter which of the 3 becomes your first partner, since Laventon gifts you the remaining 2 in the postgame to help complete the Hisui Pokedex. A fun side quest involves finding 5 Alolan Vulpix that are lost in the Alabaster Icelands. And as a reward, you're given one of your own, sliding Alolan Vulpix into rank 2. Lastly, you also get the titular Arceus. But this Arceus is just a piece of itself. The Arceus you fought before bestowed it upon you. This is getting a little too theological for me. Let's just include it and move on. Scarlet and Violet have surprisingly few gift Pokemon. Clavel gives you Sprigatito, Fuecoco, or Quaxly, and a few minutes later, you're united with either Koraidon or Miraidon. While you can't use them in battle until the very end of the game, they still make the list. And the base game's only other gift is a Galarian Meowth. Random at first, but after completing the main story in all of Salvatore's language classes, he gifts it to you. So somehow Meowth reaches rank 2 thanks to one appearance from this form and another from its Alolan form. No thanks to you, Kanto Meowth. But the DLC has a few more gifts for us in Kitakami. Jacques gifts the player an egg, which will randomly hatch into one of the Sinnoh starters, sending them into rank 4. And after uncovering the truth of the Blood Moon Beast, Perrin entrusts you with a Hisuian Growlithe. What a good dog. If you're able to beat all of Ogre Ousting on the hardest difficulty, you'll be rewarded with a shiny Munchlax. This Munchlax is surprisingly only the 3rd guaranteed gift shiny. Feels like there should have been more, but even with all of that, the top rankings haven't really changed that much. And we now only have 1 game left. Can Eevee at least tie with Aerodactyl's monstrous campaign? Legends EA has way too many gift Pokemon for its own good, but I'm still gonna cover all of them. Urbane or Tawny gift you your starter Pokemon soon after arriving in Lumiose City. Chikorita and Totodile catch up to their Gen 2 sibling in rank 5, while Tepig rejoins Oshawott in rank 4. Poor Snivy, still stuck outside of a Legends game. And from 3 different side quests, you can obtain the Kalos starters. These are found much earlier than when they're catchable later, so great team additions if you had Kalos nostalgia like I did. Rounding out the starter gifts, Mabel gives you one of the Kanto starters, having them finish their run in rank 8. That's the same rank as the Sinnoh fossils, but we're looking for that Eevee tie. Come on, Sylveon is a Kalos Pokemon. That's perfect nostalgia bait. A gift Eevee has to be somewhere, right? Let's see. AZ leaves us with Karina's Mega Lucario. Neat to see the one we seemingly battled in X and Y as our partner now. And we used it against the Rogue Mega Absol, which was a gift Pokemon too. Rank 1 isn't what we're looking for, but who else enters it? Okay, a Galarian Stunfisk, a Gimmighoul, 3 Mythicals, believe it or not, Hoopa, Magearna, and Melmetal. The ZA DLC sure is something, isn't it? This one is so random, but Spupa? It's given after the Lumiose Museum side quest and evolves into a Vivillon with a marine pattern. Makes me wonder where its original Taurus trainers were from. Of course, I have to highlight Eternal Flower Floette. We waited 3,000 years for her. No way would I leave her off these rankings. And here's the unfortunate truth. Eevee isn't a gift in ZA. We only have 1 section of gift encounters left, and it's our old buddies, Fossil Pokemon. This means Tyrant and Amora managed to wiggle into rank 3 at the very end, but Aerodactyl also returns. Via this fossil Pokemon gift, Aerodactyl ends its soaring climb at rank 13, 2 ranks above its closest competition. I'll admit, I'm impressed. At the end of it all, Aerodactyl is the Pokemon that is given as a gift the most. I'm not sure why, but I originally thought the Kanto starter trio was going to win. It's infamous how overused they are, so it was a pleasant surprise to learn they don't even come close. I was also shocked at how often the fossil Pokemon reappeared. Gens 4 through 7 had what felt like an endless number of fossil gifts. But honestly, good for them. I feel like most of these aren't fan favorites. Like, how many of you even know what's super effective on the leap? And low-key, I was rooting for Eevee after its early rise, but this Pterodactyl said otherwise. Though, if you are bothered by the inclusion of fossils that are repeatedly obtainable and remove them, Eevee would have taken that lead, but it'll have to be satisfied with 2nd place today. I had a blast seeing which gift Pokemon reoccurred most often, all the different ways you could receive one, and how strange some of these one-off gifts were. Gift Pokemon are an overlooked highlight in Pokemon games, and if there's anything to take away from all this, it's that if you want to redeem a free Pokemon, there's an excellent chance it's going to be an Aerodactyl.